Well, good morning, everybody. Linda Ray, Texas Girls Farm. And that one right there, has been full of himself this morning. Yeah, one of those mornings. He's filthy nasty. As you can tell, he's wet. Because, yeah, it was one of those mornings, and I had the water hose, and he got sprayed. Everybody else is doing fine. I came back over here because I'd heard a hawk. And, moved the water hose. Some of the little dogwoods up there, one of them looks like, a couple of them looks like they're dying. I'm hoping that they don't, but I wanted to start off first saying let's pray for all those in the path of that hurricane. I was watching Ryan Hall, y'all, early this morning. I think I woke up about 5:30 and was watching it when the eye came inland and looking at the 9 to 10 foot water surge that was coming in. And a lot of those people, I think, decided to stay. And yeah, there's been a lot of tornadoes spanning off of it from there and up in Georgia. So I'm going to keep an eye on it because my family, if it goes the trajectory that Ryan says it's going, is it going to be heading right for my family? Yeah, they're going to the beach on the Outer Banks. So I will keep an eye on that. And they're watching it close. They're thinking it's going to miss them, but yeah, pray for all those folks. Well, as you can see, Dutton has tore his feeder down, so there's one good spot where I can pour his feed. I've cut him and Mama both back on their feed, and he's doing fine. He's got plenty of hay. He's settled right down. I've been letting him come out there with Mama, and Mama's fine. So as you can see, the chickens are still doing fine. All doing fine. Cleaned up the pen. They've got some little sprouts coming up. Mama's doing fine. Still can't tell if she's pregnant. I've been watching her because I think she is. I really think she is. So, as you look around, the one you don't see is my little girl. And I'm going to try to get through this without getting too emotional. So both her and Dutton turned 5 months old on the 20th. And as y'all know, I'd been a little worried about her because she acted like she wasn't really feeling good, but no big signs of, I thought it was the heat. That's what I thought it was. Because she was still eating, she was still drinking, she was peeing, she was pooping. She would come out when I'd turn them out there. And you know that one day she walked back in. But the evening of the 20th, had I known what I know now, she was showing signs of distress. And I didn't know what those signs were. I do now. So she ate, she drank, and she was fine. So about 5:15, I kept hearing this thump down here, and she had got herself caught over there in between the back side of the shed, with her head in between one of the little panels and the chicken wire, which it wasn't strangling her or anything like that. She just couldn't get out. And I heard that thumping from up in the trailer, so I came down. Got her out. Climbed back there, which it's only about a foot wide. Climbed back there, got her loose, got her out of there. And she was out walking around. She was stumbling, kind of like she was drunk. But she was walking around, so she was worrying me. So I ran back up to RV, changed my clothes, and I wasn't gone 5 minutes. And by the time I got back down here, she had already walked around that side and had got herself caught up in the corner. And she wasn't strangling herself, and she could have got out. So I'd already called the vet when I was walking back down, and his emergency on-call service got a hold of him and to get him to call me, and he did. And I told him what was going on with her. I said, she looks like she's bloated. She looks like she's drunk. I said, and she's just, you could tell she wouldn't feel good. Mama, you all right? Yeah, I don't know if I keep trying to feel on the right side to see if I feel any movement, but I don't. So, the vet called. Hey, Mama. The vet called, and, I knew she was in pain, and I knew my sister had some Banamine, and I was like, is it okay to give her some Banamine? And I said, how much? And he said, yes. And he said, we don't open up till 8. She said, you can go ahead and bring her if you want. So I called my sister, told her what was going on, and at this time we just kind of thought that she might be impacted. We really didn't know her from Mucha or whatever score or whatever. I mean, it was about half and half. Her gums and eyes were both still real pink, but you could tell she was not feeling good at all. And my sister came down here. The vet said to give it the Banamine in her vein, but it was still dark, and she's so little. My sister said, I don't think I can hit a vein. She said, I'm just going to give it back here in the muscle. Anything to, try to get her some pain, get her some relief from the pain. So I told her, and she could see how bloated she was. I said, I don't know if she ate something or what. I said, but she looks like she's impacted. And so my sister, I had tried to get up in there and clean some stuff out, but I couldn't. And my sister got back there while I was holding her, and she cleaned her out, and her poop, it was still in the little bitty, the little bitty pellets, and nothing clotted up. She said the little pellets were a little hard, but they weren't discolored or anything like that. So I told my sister, I said, I think I just need to get her on in the truck. And there's Mama. Get her on in the truck and be at the vet's office when he gets there. So I got there about 7:45, and I had her in the back seat, and she was struggling trying to get up, and I think she actually had a seizure when she was back there. I was trying to hold her where she wasn't straining and stuff like that. And then the vet came, and he carried her in. They immediately took her temp, and it was 105 point something. So she was running a temperature. They took a fecal. It wasn't coccidiosis, and he says, well, from everything she's displaying, all of her symptoms, she said it could be coccidiosis or Cryptococcal Meningitis. And when he said meningitis, my heart just sank, because a lot of the signs that she was having were definitely neurological. And I'm going to try to put some information in here about that. The fecal came back negative on coccidiosis. He gave her a steroid, He gave her penicillin, and he gave her Nuflor, 2 different antibiotics, and he gave her a 50-50 chance. And Mama. And so he got her back in the truck for me, and he said, keep her in a cool, quiet, dark space. And he said, and he gave me some more penicillin just in case, you know. He said if she makes it to Wednesday, she said, we'll be doing good. And he said, you can come back up here and get some more penicillin for her. So my brother-in-law met me at my mom's house because I really didn't have any place in the RV to be able to put her. And I called my mom, and my mom, she has the back bathroom off of her washroom. That's perfect. I mean, pull up a rug, put down, you know, a sheet and a blanket, and if she was to get up or mess or anything, she wouldn't hurt anything. Oh, Mama. Oh, Mama. So, and we laid her down. Me and my brother-in-law, he helped me carry her in, and we just pulled her in. I have big dog covers that cover couches that are in on my back floorboard to help kind of cut down the dog hair. So we just left her on that instead of trying to pick her up again. We just carried her on the blanket and went in and laid her in there, propped her head up where she could get her some air, you know, so that she could breathe. And I told Mother, I said, I'm going to run down because I hadn't even taken care of any of these guys. And I said, I need to go take care of the other animals and turn all the chickens out and feed. I said, I shouldn't be gone longer than an hour. So I came down here to take care of everything. And got them watered, got them hayed, and got back up there. And she was still kicking like she had been in the truck, and Mom said, yeah, she's been doing that every now and then. And I went back there and sit down beside her, and Maggie came back there and was trying to figure out, and I've got a picture of Mag with her. And I think she had a stroke right then and right there. And it was, you know, I didn't feel the pulse. I didn't see her breathing. And then all of her urine and stuff came out. So it affected me terribly. I don't know if it was because I had, you know, from the very first time, she was the one who was always the little getting into trouble. Getting herself strangled, and you know, ever since then, when she got tangled up in the fence, she didn't seem quite right. And the vet had said something. He says, well, I think she's blind. I said, well, if she's blind, it's just happened. I said, because she's been jumping up on the dog houses. That one, and you can't jump up on them or this if you're blind. So some of the symptoms had I known, but I still, from what I've read, I don't think we could have saved her anyway. I was beating myself up. How did she get it? You know, I'm like, they say that it's a bacterial fungal disease that they pick up from the soil or bird droppings. Well, my first thing was, oh my God, you know, I turned the chickens in here with them. And I thought the feed, and these two were doing okay. Mom was raised around chickens, so I read more, and it's more pigeon droppings, which I haven't seen any pigeons down here. There's some doves up at my mom's house, but I don't see no pigeons. So I was trying to rule out if it had been a coccidiosis, I could have blamed it on the chickens, but it wasn't. Now, the symptoms that I saw the afternoon before, her neck, she was sensitive to me touching her neck, and Every time I tried to touch her, she'd walk away. And then on her back end, and I'll show you on Gracie, on her back end, when she'd walk, and I'd just touch right here, she would kind of hunch up, like she needed to pee. And those are definitely 2 symptoms of Cryptococcal Meningitis. Now, we didn't test for it, but from the few videos that I saw, and they were usually in different countries, I only found one case study, and I'm not even for sure if it was here in the U.S. I just know it was a 5-year-old buck who had displayed some of the same symptoms, and the pictures of him, and they didn't have any videos of, you know, what he was doing, but she just looked spaced out. She looked drunk. She'd stand here and she'd sway a little bit, so I knew she wasn't feeling good. But again, she's eating, drinking, peeing, pooping, blaming it on the heat. Well, folks, it wasn't the heat. And my girls were getting ready to leave to go to Virginia for a wedding and going to the beach. And I didn't want to spoil their fun, so I didn't tell them. And that's why I hadn't really wanted to talk about it, because I didn't want to upset them and make them unhappy. I'm just thankful that these 2 are healthy. And I'll try to put some screenshots of the article that I found. It was some kind of case report from, I think, either a vet school or a university of that case. But man, I mean, you know, it just, you go, you know, and the vet said, you know, he said, besides the signs you're showing, she looks very healthy. You know, he was thinking vitamin D deficiency, and I was like, well, I said, they have a mineral block, they have loose minerals, they get wormed. I rotate warming them with the Safeguard dewormer pellets and the diatomaceous earth. So I'm not thinking it wasn't parasites. I mean, I was beating myself up. I've lost chickens. I've used to raise baby calves in the wintertime. I'd get the bull calves from a dairy farm in the wintertime, and dealt with a lot of pneumonia and dealt with losing a lot of baby calves. But this affected me so much more. And crazy. Oh, they're chasing the moths. They're so funny. One of them was going to get it. Or maybe it was a grasshopper. I don't know. But it did. It affected me. And I'm glad that just happened, because I started getting emotional. I'm just, you know, and with the go-to emergency teams, and heck, you know, just seeing how she was acting, I didn't think nothing about, you know, I thought it was the heat. Well, I know better now. And Chrissy from Paragon Ridge Ranch went back and watched several of her videos of when she had her all come down with coccidiosis, and she was explaining, you know, getting emotional and explaining, you know, they had lost 18s. They had had babies that were stillborn, premature, and then had them and they died shortly thereafter. And I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine the emotion, you know. Yes, our farm animals, but you know, y'all know I'm down here with these guys 2 and 3 times a day, making sure, you know, that their pen in certain places is cool, and so that when they lay down, like Mama's laying down now, they'll have cool ground. I'm not soaking it down. So, yeah, I've started getting real educated on problems with goats, and try to nipping it in the bud when it first happens. And I don't know anything from what I've read on the case study with the cryptococcal meningitis. I mean, within that study they did, the only remedy they said was euthanization. So if any of y'all have had any goats that have had it and it is treatable, leave me a comment. But yeah, my heart's still heavy. I sure do miss her. He missed her. He came over here looking for her. Mama, I think that day that I took her to the vet, I think Mom knew, because it was really weird, because when she got hung up in the fence out there, Mom was just hollering. Well, when she got stuck in the fence twice here, Mom wasn't hollering. And all the time me and my sister were dealing with her, Mom wasn't interested. Mom was, just staying away from her. So maybe Mom knew something, maybe she had it for a while. Maybe that's why Mom kept between weaning, and that's another thing, they'd been being weaned. Mom was pushing her away. So, there's just so many things going on. But anyway, that's Faith. Rest in peace, little Faith. And if y'all have time, just go back and check some of the videos, especially the one with the little Simple Life. I may try to take a cut of it in. I wouldn't go out there, Rooster, and put it in here, but I don't know if I can. So, let me get him back in here. Come on. You can't go that way. Don't be teaching them all bad tricks. But I think on the next video, I'll discuss what's going on up there. And we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. And I'll try to go back and see if I've got all my videos saved on my big computer at my mama's house. So, but I'll try to put some little pictures of Faith in here. If y'all like the video, don't be going back up there. If y'all like the video, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, come over and subscribe. And I mean, heck, just watch some of the videos if some of the animals are sick or something. Y'all might can help us, and hit the notification bell, so every time we upload a video, you'll be notified, and I'll let y'all know if we're gonna have babies. Okay, well, y'all have a good day, and have a blessed day, and we'll catch you on the next one.